Welcome to your geography class. Welcome, as in we have started the chapter number 4 already, and we are going to continue this chapter again in today's class, but with a new topic. And today's topic is about the distribution of major industrial region along with industries itself, because collectively industries do establish, not one in few kilometers, because we have already discussed that more closer will be the industry establishment, will help them to share the resources or the factors that do affect the location of any industry. And within this series of discussion of this chapter's topic, we are going to discuss about two particular tragedies, industrial disasters that took place in India and outside India within China, and the places are with us. Of course, that is why how we are going to discuss it. Along with that, we will discuss some preventive measures, how we can avoid the loss of people, loss of property in such a situation where the industrial disasters can occur. So we should mitigate those chances, we should limitize those chances, and then finally we will discuss the distribution of the industries. So starting with the introductory part of the industrial disaster. So any accident or disaster that occurs in the industry, that occurs due to particularly main two reasons. Now we are not blaming over here someone that okay, humans were responsible or the particular factory owner or somewhat was responsible. We are simply discussing two factors that are responsible and that can be responsible for any kind of industrial accidents or disasters. So they are technical failure along with the irresponsible handling of the hazardous material, particularly in the chemical factories. Likewise, so technical failure can occur in any type of the industries, but the hazardous materials, they do to be taken care with the quite cautiousness within the chemical factories particularly. So let's discuss the first incident or first accident that took place in India within Bhopal. Bhopal is a city of Madhya Pradesh, and it's quite called as the Nawabi Sheher also, Bhopal. So getting back to the track, this incident was of gas leakage over here. So few particular poisonous gases were leaked from the carbide factory, and it was a pesticide factory. So let's start that. One of the worst industrial disasters of all time. While considering India particularly we are talking about, and this incident occurred in Bhopal on 3rd December 1984 around 3 am when people were sleeping, and according to the research, not actually the research, according to the information collected from the incident or from the spot and from the nearby area, the information was collected, and according to that information, majority of the people, whatsoever human lives we have lost in this incident, majority of them died within their sleep itself. They were sleeping as it was almost midnight, if not the midnight, ahead of midnight time, 3 am, that is the deep sleep time for each and everyone. So people were sleeping, and due to the inhaled part of the poisonous gas, they died in their sleep only. So that is what the most miserable part of this gas tragedy is. So let's now discuss this in detail. It was a technological accident. Leakage was there. So leakage, if it was to be taken care by the time, this incident or this accident might not have occurred, but what has been done is done, whether naturally or human error, let's not discuss that part. Highly poisonous gas. So the particular gas that was leaked from this factory was methyl isocyanate. Along with that, hydrogen cyanide was the particular gas that was leaked from this factory, and that led to this huge disaster that killed thousands of people. So other reaction products leaked out of the pesticides factory of Union Carbide, and the official death toll, according to the information, the total number of deaths were 3,598. Quite a high toll of the death, and it was published within the research part of this gas tragedy area, gas tragedy carbide factory, that till date the people living in the nearby locality of this Bhopal gas tragedy carbide factory, they still experience some particular certain kind of illness, illness within their health, within their bodies. And they are particularly blindness, impaired immune system. Their immunity system is quite weak. Their body does not resist properly to fight with the particular those cells that bring illness, sickness to our body. And then they do also experience gastrointestinal disorder. These disorders are related to their stomach. They do experience stomach aches, abdominal pain, gastritis problem, and several others related to their stomach part. So digestion comes in that too. Moving ahead, one more incident is there with us. It is a place from China, and the name of this place is Gaoqiao. And this place was having a gas well. Gas is extracting from the beneath the surface, and somehow any flammable thing can easily let these kind of gas to burst into flames. So similar kind of accident occurred over there also in this gas well, where the gas well blew out. And although death toll was not that high, but it shows that accident or industrial accidents can occur at any place. So on 23rd December 2005, a gas well blowout occurred in Gaoqiao, Chongqing in China. 243 people died, 9,000 were injured, and 64,000 were evacuated from the nearby places of this gas well, where this gas was extracted from the well. Many victims could not escape in time, so they died, and the gas caused burns too. So as it was a simple burst out from the gas well, so explosion was not that loud, was not that disastrous. But disaster is disaster, whether it is less disastrous or more disastrous. So the gas caused burns to eyes, skin, and lungs of those who were exposed to this gas explosion at this gas well. Moving ahead with the information, we can take some preventive measures to secure the accidents, if not to secure, because securing word will be considered for other part as well, in the terms of we are completely securing that okay, there can't be any kind of disaster, but we can't stop them. But what we can do is we can take some preventive measures so that the loss should be at the minimum. So for that part, we can do these particular steps, or we can take care of these steps, as in preparedness. Particularly in the case of chemical factories, it can be instructed and it should be repeated by the time that okay, considering your chemical factory, as this is a chemical factory, we should be prepared for any kind of disaster over here. Likewise, explosion can be there, leakage can be there. In that case, what should be the evacuation points, or the fire alarms should be working all the time, ambulance should come in the particular time being. So there can be certain things that can be considered in the preparedness for the any kind of disaster, not the particular one. Then mitigation, to limitize or to lessen the effect of the disasters, we can take various measures. Response, if any disaster is occurring, what will be and how quick will be the response of various departments of the organization, as in the fire department, the medical department, and the rescue team as well. Then comes the recovery. Recovery, those who got affected through whatsoever incident, and the particular incident had occurred at a place. In meantime, the response team is approaching, and how soon the affected persons are recovering. And the recovery rate depends on the facility to provided to the particular one, जिसको कि एक्सीडेंट में नुकसान हुआ है, उनको जितनी जल्दी फैसिलिटी प्रोवाइड कराई जाएगी, द मोर विल बी द रिकवरी रेट. Prevention, preventive measures, that if the gas leakage was there, the technical error was there, so technical error can be avoided while keep on checking, or to repeat the task of checking of the technician or the technical department within the factory, whether no matter what factory it is. And gas well may be, yes of course, not even a single thing that is flammable, जिससे कि easily the things can catch fire, and near to the gas well they should not be allowed, they should be prohibited. And again the same measures can be taken, but वो gas well के case में, and the other can be taken for the leakage part or the technical part. Moving ahead, these are few concerns that can be taken. As for the number 1 part, what's mentioned over here, densely populated residential area should be far from the industrial area. So, if unfortunately any disaster occurs or happens, the loss of the people should be the least one. Considering the second point that we are taking from these only, residents near industries should know about stored toxins and potential accident risks, and they should be ready to force or ready to face any kind of accidents risk, and they should be forced not to use such kind of toxins. And if in any extreme scenario the stored toxins are necessary to be stored in the particular area, so that area should be secured enough and should be a bit far from the residential area. Third is fire warning and fighting system should be improved. Alarm should be working, the sprinkler system should be working in the case of gas or the fire broke out thing. Then finally, storage capacity of toxic substances should be limited. And moving to the last one, pollution dispersion qualities in the industry should be improved. So these are the basic preventive measures you can consider in the terms of any industrial disaster or industrial accident. Talking about now the distribution of major industries all over the world. So world's major industries, what kind of industries are found in common or they are particularly present in majority parts of the world? So they are iron and steel industries, textile industries, and information technology industries. So iron and steel industry is not the new to the industrial sector. It was present since the beginning itself, and now also, as it is also known as the backbone of the economy, backbone of the industrial sector, both can be considered. Textile industry, again, first ever industry to be established on the earth. That was textile industry. Then coming to information technology, it is a recent development. Not that recent, I'm talking about just now or 1 or 2 years back, I'm talking about few decades back. And it is a potential industry or industry that have great potential in the future part as well, because technology is required by every sector. It is required in every kind of activities nowadays, and in future the use is going to increase. So moving ahead with the discussion, iron and steel industry and textile industry, as I was just telling you, older industries. Information technology is considered as emerging industry. The scopes are increasing in the information and technological industry or information technology industry. Now, major industries location, where exactly they are located and which are the prominent areas of these industries. So, iron and steel industry, for this, Germany, USA, China, Japan and Russia are the prominent nations that are working in this iron and steel industry factor. Textile industry, prominently found in India, Hong Kong, South Korea, Japan and Taiwan. And information technology, Silicon Valley, Central California, America, and Bangalore is also known as Silicon Valley of India, that is Bangalore part of the southern India. So these were the prominent places where these industries are working on the majority basis. Now emerging industries, or these, besides the technological industries, there are few more industries that are considered as the emerging industries, not only information technology. So they are information technology, as I was saying, not only information technology, wellness industry is there, hospitality, knowledge. So these emerging industries are also known as sunrise industries. Sunrise with a hope. So these are hopeful sectors that are visioned as the futuristic industries that are going to create great wonders within the each and every economy wherever these prominent industries are establishing or have already established. So that was all about today's class, and as a learning outcome we can say that what we have discussed in today's class, we have discussed about particular type of industrial disasters in India's concern and in world in concern. We have discussed about 2 industrial disasters and what steps can be taken to minimize, to limitize, or what steps can be taken to prevent such kind of industrial disasters or accidents. is the time for the recalling part. So let's do that. Question number 1. When did the Bhopal gas tragedy occur? So it occurred on 3rd December 1984. Over here, there are no chances of the discussion because the question is straightforwardly asking when. So we have to figure out the certain answer. If you don't know, just try to learn things next time more carefully. Second question. Which of the following is the suggested measures to reduce industrial disasters? From this list, increase should not be there. In the population density, certainly not so. Even the industry should be located far from the industrial region, or industries should be located far from the cities itself. Region I'm talking about, the outskirts of the particular city. Improve fire warning system. Yes, improvement can be there, and limit toxic substance storage. And still, if we are forced to do so, then we should be more cautious about this storage facility. Build more factories in residential areas. No. Ignore pollution. Not at all. So this is our answer. Question number 3. What industries fall under sunrise industries that have the potential for the future part? So they are wellness, hospitality and knowledge, along with information and technology. So they are considered as new industries and sunrise industries as well. So I hope today's class was clear about the industrial disasters, their preventive measures to minimize the disastrous effects. And in the next class, we are going to discuss our next topic. And I hope that might be we are going to end up a chapter also with that. So see you soon with the next class. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.